Going to hear from Black.Box, Patrick McGowan. So Patrick, you've got 10 minutes. Yashvi's going to run the timer, and we're going to be brutally precise on the time. And as soon as you start, we'll start the clock. So Yashvi, can you help Patrick share his screen, or should I just stop sharing mine? What should we do here?
For sure. Patrick, you can just directly share your screen. And as soon as you do, I'll start the timer when you're ready.
It'll take me a few seconds to get all my windows going here.
Okay.
And
we can see your screen.
Great.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. Give me the go signal.
All right. Okay. Your time starts now.
Hi, I'm Pat McGowan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Black.Box Global. I've been a professional content creator and successful production company owner for over 30 years. I also do nature cinematography, and that's where the idea for Black.Box started. In 2013, I was invited to do a really cool trip with an Arctic tour operator that specialized in viewing mother polar bears and their cubs in the wild. All I had to do was make them a short promo video. If it had been a paid gig, I would have charged about $5,000, and I would have surrendered my rights to the content I created. But it wasn't a paid gig, and I was able to retain ownership of the footage. We saw some amazing polar bears, and I was able to make a great promo plus a nice collection of high quality footage that I took to market via a few stock footage agencies. These clips have been seen in documentaries, corporate videos, and commercials all over the world. And so far, I've earned more than $50,000 in royalties. After several years, the royalties continue to roll in, plus the footage can also be converted into other valuable content that I can own a piece of and make even more royalties. So here's the key. I invested my time, tools, and talent to create content I own, rather than doing gig work for someone else. I trusted the market value of the content, not the commodified market value of the labor. So a few years ago, I said to myself, if I can do this, any creator can do this. I found a co-founder who's now the CTO, and we got to work on Black.Box. After a few years of hard work, we launched in June of 2018 with a YouTube influencer video. While creators from all over the world embraced Black.Box, over 30,000 joined within a few months. And that was just the start. So here we are, it's 2021. We all know demand for video and film content is really exploding, and video content platforms are multiplying. Just look at all these logos. But there's a problem. Millions of content creators are being left behind. The gig economy is becoming less sustainable. Commodified labor is really just lowest price gets the work. It's a race to the bottom. And generally, there's no upside available to the gig workers. They don't get a share of content revenue rights or royalties. When they're not gigging, they're not earning. And that's been really tough during COVID. Basically, creators just want to have sustainable lives and do what they love. They want change. The Black.Box solution is a global platform and community that empowers content creators so they can collaborate, partner, share, get to market, get paid. They can make high quality content together. They can pool time, talent, tools, and other resources. They can co-own the content. They can split the royalties. They can get to market, reach global audiences, and they can get paid their fair share of royalty revenue reliably and securely. It's creator freedom. Creators get to do what they love, what they're really good at, and they make great content. Black.Box does the rest. We started in the stock footage market, and we're partnered with Adobe, Pond5, Shutterstock, and Vimeo. We currently have 2.15 million footage clips on our platform. We're the #1 global provider of stock footage. We have 60,000 members and we're growing. Our target is 1 million by 2025. And I'm very proud to say that we've paid creators over $4.5 million globally in that time. 2020 revenue was $3 million with gross profit of $450,000. That's operations money. What we've created is really a value chain where the content starts with the community, the creators, moves up through our platform, out to market through market partners, and out to consumers, the audience. The money then cascades down in a waterfall. And at the end, the community of creators are actually part of the value chain. In the gig economy, that left-hand arrow with the $2 signs wouldn't be there. So where are we going? Well, we bake Black.Box in the easy bake oven of stock, and now we're moving to the big industrial kitchen of massive global markets. Markets that include social video platforms. You know them as YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Insta, and subscription platforms. Used to be just Netflix. Look at all these other guys. And of course, there's the traditional film and TV market. Next, we can probably get engaged in video games, music, education, and other verticals, pharma, real estate, high tech, unrelated to media. Our revenue model is 15 to 40% of the revenue, and that's based on partnership, not service fees. Future revenue could include affiliate programs, training, etc. We have been growing revenue-wise since the day we opened our doors, and we have no reason to believe that that's going to stop, especially because we're going into that big industrial kitchen I talked about. Our projections are moderate for 2021 and 2022 as we establish a foothold and exploit these new markets, and then things are going to get much better in 2023, 2024, and beyond. Network effects are part of our zeitgeist because collaboration naturally drives team growth, and that means member growth. We also have influencers on our side. They spontaneously publish YouTube videos about us because they like us. Our affiliate reward program is a major member growth driver, and our corporate social responsibility programs are going to generate awareness and make the world a better place. These are all highly cost efficient in our organic ecosystem. We have not identified any direct competitors yet. This is a very robust ecosystem. The creator economy is really becoming noteworthy. There's companies like Patreon, Unicorn Status, Wattpad. Congrats to Eva Lau for the recent acquisition. Stage 32 is a big creator networking and education platform in Hollywood. And Stir is a payment system for YouTubers that recently just got some pretty major funding. So we see all these entities as potential ecosystem partners. I'm the original ideator and founder, and my partner Tim is my co-founder. We're both experienced business people, and we've got lots of sector experience. We also form a really good team. There's definitely yin and yang going on there. And we just like working together. So it's been a labor of love, and we're really proud of where we've gotten. We have a few noteworthy investors. The president of Cinespace Studios in Toronto is a major industry player, and he's a big fan. So is Toby Shannon, COO of Shopify. I don't really need to say more here. We're going to win because we're a true game changer. We're disruptive, innovative, inclusive, unlimited. We have first mover advantage, solid traction and steady growth. We have a sticky and recognized global brand. We have proprietary and sophisticated collaboration, financial, and process technology, and a solid legal framework. Plus, we're scalable beyond media content verticals. We're ready to scale and become the go-to content creator ecosystem globally. We've got some cool things going on. 2020, the first Black.Box collaborative film with over 90 collaborators globally is ready for market. We've got YouTube influencer collaborations teed up and ready to go. YouTube and Facebook channels are in progress, and so are film and TV series in development all over the world. Yes, there are risks. The market's unpredictable. Our defense is quality. Competitors might pop up. Our defense is to put creators first. Time to market is always a concern. Our defense is to just go faster. To do that, we're going to need some money. So we're looking for strategic partners. We have a solid cap table. We have several true believers. We're part of the Government of Canada Accelerated Growth Service. RBC is our bank. EBC supports with a cross guarantee on our line. We've raised 1.2 million to date with a net burn of $1 million. We have 1 year of runway at a current burn rate, and we expect to open a funding round later this year. We're going to use the funds to make the product better and delight our members. We're going to build the best team in the business. We're going to extend and support our network effects, and we're going to use the money to leverage new money as matching funds from grants and loans, probably from the Accelerated Growth Service with the feds. So remember the Polar Bears project where the gig fees would have been around $5,000? Well, I've made over $50,000 to date, and I still own the content. That's a 10X. I also expect to earn around 150K by the time this is all said and done with that footage. That's 30 times what the gig fee would have been. That's creator freedom. Thank you so much for sitting through my presentation. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Patrick. That was phenomenal. Although, and by the way, it's like cheating to use polar bears in your presentation. I mean, who doesn't love polar bears? Like,
I
come
love
on,
polar bears, I gotta tell you.
right? Okay, judges, we have 5 minutes of questions. Who has the first question for Patrick?
I do have questions. Nice to see you again, Patrick.
Hi, Eva.
I just want to ask you a few questions, but I would say it's around the same theme. How are you helping the content creators to get discovered? Which basically asking how are the other stakeholders, namely, Netflix or ad creators that actually need to use these kind of stock videos. How do they engage on the platform so that these content and creators can get discovered?
Well, really our business is to put content into the marketplace to generate revenue. So we're not really a star maker. We could be in the future as we enter other verticals, certainly, but it's not our raison d'etre. Our raison d'etre is pure commercialization of content, because when content creators can make money, they have better lives. And I know that because I've been doing this my entire life.
Right. So I'm just trying to kind of get clarity. When you say you help them to put these content into the marketplaces, so
Yeah.
So the marketplaces on your platform, you are putting them into some other channels to help to help them facilitate a transaction. I just want to need a little bit of clarity on that.
Well, for example, this 2020 film that we're doing is all about what happened in 2020. So we have 90 collaborators who come in and actually make content as part of that film. So now they're part of the team and they co-own the actual IP. So what we do then is we engage a sales agent or a distributor, and we will deliver that to a major platform. So that's where the revenue comes from. And if you think about that, that value chain slide, that's kind of exactly it. The content comes from the creators. We work with the content, get it out to market players, collect the revenue, and distribute the revenue to the creators. Does that explain it a little better?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Patrick, can I ask a question? Just a quick question with regards to, you mentioned legal. Do you actually have a system for monitoring how the content gets used and therefore you're getting all the revenue, or do you outsource that to your platform providers?
Well, we don't really outsource it. We just trust them as platform partners in order to, for them to do their job. This is a huge aspect of media that I think, going back to Napster has always been an issue. So what's happening now, though, is we're seeing AI and blockchain solutions that are starting to come available that will be able to be used as third-party plugins for what we do and other people do. But we're also developing our own. So we're actively engaged in developing digital ID, track and trace, that has to play into the larger systems that are evolving right now. And that's actually happening. So the answer to your question is we don't actively do it today, but we absolutely have our eye on the ball there.
Who else has a question? We've got time for one quick one. Matthew?
Yeah. Hey, Patrick. Thanks for the presentation. So I just want to the slide on competitors. So
yeah,
just a challenge function here. I think the way to really know whether or not you do have competitors is to understand, how many of your customers are repeat customers, right? Are they coming to you once and then, the next time around they're going elsewhere for footage, or are you seeing a lot of repeat customers, or is it just you haven't had the timeline to know that yet?
Well, there's plenty of competition in the stock footage space. There's nobody doing what we do in terms of the community and the platform that we built for creators. So we're not a stock footage company. We want to be very clear about that. That's where we baked it. That's where we tested it. That's where we put our feet to the fire in a commercial marketplace that is very dynamic. So what we did is we proved that content creators want a place where they can feel safe, where they can collaborate, and where they can have their interests dealt with in a secure, reliable way. So that's really our business.
Thank you.
So Patrick, I hate to say it, but that's it. Time is up. Fantastic presentation. Thank you very much. Judges, you now have 5 minutes to make your deliberation about Black.Box. And the audience, while you do that, we're going to do a poll.